Chapter 47 Marin Marie, the Selfish Gene and General Regulatory Mechanisms. A first warning. All the characters in this book are fictional. All claims, regardless of the topic, are just that. Some are rooted in empirical facts, while others are free imagination. My goal is to balance between vision and reality, between fiction and fact, in such a way that the audience can identify with and continue playing on the swarm of ideas and inventions. The book has no ambitions to preach an overarching goal, but questions accepted truths. In this way, in a Socratic way, it leaves the rest to the audience. Marin Marie is a beautiful, lush, free-spirited, outspoken and enterprising woman, a former childhood sweetheart of Walter. Now she has reached 60, absolutely impeccable, not only in appearance, but as a person bursting with energy, zest for life and intelligent humor. Simply a dream lady to have around and in your circle of friends. Wherever she went, she exuded an aura, an infectious laugh, and a human empathy so strong that everyone sat back in awe. She was naturally over-equipped with a multitude of female building blocks, completely healthy, perfectly formed, and not least consistently happy and horny. This last did not go unnoticed by the opposite sex in all age groups. Early in her youth, she had noticed that boys in the schoolyard and elsewhere behaved irrationally in her presence. She also understood early on that it was about basic evolutionary instincts, something naturally common. But that she herself would end up at the center of events to such an extent that it was disturbing, but at the same time advantageous. She eventually understood that she herself could regulate the degree of attention with the help of clothing, makeup, and public appearance. In the schoolyard, there were quite a few Muslim girls who had been ordered by their homes to cover up. Not exactly unreasonable, considering the unbridled lust that prevailed at the time. Marin Marie had no sense of the religious and political part of Islam, but the cultural side had a certain appeal. She began to dress in slightly oversized clothes, stopped wearing makeup, stuck with her friends and acted more like a mischievous tomboy girl deliberately to change the focus on herself. She noticed that it had an immediate effect on the over-horny teenage sluts who had only one thought in their heads. Unable to absorb school lessons or other useful knowledge with a view to the upcoming challenges of life. Marin Marie felt a good feeling of earning respect. The dress code was a factor. The next was her obvious sense of intelligent humor. She was smart and quick-witted in her retorts, and consequently she was attracted to women with similar abilities and qualities. A clever, half-ironic comment often had an immediate disarming effect on the addressee. In addition to her innate high intelligence, she had an extraordinary thirst for knowledge. And naturally the world of books became her world. Marin Marie finished high school with top grades in all subjects. She easily passed medical school, but took history of ideas and social anthropology in addition. She had earned the respect of her fellow students, and at the same time became quite unapproachable, unintentionally, but clearly. This had consequences in relation to the male students and their natural hunting instincts. They were in a way put off by her natural authority. Her nature was extremely attractive. But at the same time, this aura of stoic security and self-confidence made every male guy unsure of how to get closer to this marvel of a woman. Those who failed to show self-imposed willpower, but rushed towards her rudely, were immediately put to the ground. An invisible glass wall slammed into their foreheads and they failed to try a second time. But then the Sigma male Walter appeared. A Sigma male is a stealthy alpha male, but does not have the extroverted characteristics and behavior of the alpha male. He has confident self-awareness, is knowledgeable, is intelligent and funny. He is a kind of introverted alpha male and often far more likable than the roaring alpha male. The Sigma male attracts women by passively using his enormous talent, namely self-awareness, self-confidence and independence. Thus, he attracts women of the same caliber, in other words, quality women. They are focused on values, higher values, and you never see her lying around with men of different versions. The woman who is attracted to the Sigma male has willpower, avoids short-term temptations, but is nevertheless horny and playful for that reason. If she finds the right one, the house will burn down. A Porsche Model Z84 can accelerate from 0 to 100 in under 3 seconds. A Sigma male with the right lady can accelerate from the Earth to the Moon and back in under 16 minutes, in other words faster than light. That's when Maren Marie started to notice the Sigma man Walter. He had of course noticed the situation, but with stoic calm he failed to give any kind of response.